Live chopper pictures of this developing story. Federal investigators now on their way to San Bruno as we speak. Their job to find why a Caltrain slammed into a construction crew doing work on the tracks. Witnesses captured the chaos just afterwards. The flames and thick smoke billowing from the train there in that video. The force of the crash injured 13 people.
That southbound Caltrain hit as many as 3 vehicles that have been working on the tracks, including a truck with a crane that went up in flames as it got smashed onto its side. That collision happened near Scott Street, just a few blocks north of the San Bruno Caltrain station. KPX5's Max Darrow is live near the scene, spoke with some passengers about their scary ride. Max.
Yeah, the passengers said this was a terrifying experience. There's going to be a complex investigation to get to the bottom of it as well. As you can see, the train is still here on the tracks hours after the crash happened. Investigators have a big question to answer. How and why did this train collide with the equipment on the tracks?
Huge flames billowing right outside the window. So we thought the train was on fire. We were pretty freaked out.
Black smoke and flames seen from near and far after a Caltrain crash in San Bruno. Jesse Miller took this video immediately after he got off the train.
It was pretty chaotic. There was maybe 15 seconds where no one knew what to do. So some people started opening up the emergency exits in the window. Some people actually jumped out of the windows.
The train came to a fiery stop at San Felipe and Huntington just after 10:30 on Thursday morning. A Caltrain spokesperson says the train collided with equipment, including a vehicle and crane that should not have been there.
All the equipment should have been clear to the tracks when trains come through. We've been doing construction on the tracks throughout electrification, so that is under investigation.
75 people were on board at the time of the crash. The San Bruno fire chief says 13 people were hurt.
We're very fortunate there were no fatalities.
I saw one worker that was taken away the ambulance. He looked like he got some cuts and real serious bruise. And I saw another passenger. He had a gash on his eyes.
5 people ended up in the hospital, 1 person with serious burns. But the chief says everybody is expected to be okay.
The train conductor was able to work to evacuate the train, and that was critical in the success to make sure no one lost their life today.
This is not exactly a happy day, but we're glad that it is not worse than it is.
The crash is being investigated by several agencies, including the NTSB. Passengers and neighbors eager to learn how this happened.
Yeah, these guys are working on this whole line every day, and I know they're super safety conscious and all that, but why was that train flying on that track where that truck was?
For you commuters out there headed home or headed into work on a second shift.
And Ryan, they are saying that the fire chief says that the crash happened right in front of the public works yard here in San Bruno, and some of the public works employees actually jumped into action to help evacuate the people on the train before the first responders even got there, and then worked alongside them to help save lives. Ryan?
All right, thank you very much. Max Darrow reporting live in San Bruno. Caltrain says to expect disruptions throughout the night, but there are ways to get around it. A Samtrans bus bridge will operate between Millbrae and South San Francisco stations. BART will also provide rides. There is local service between San Francisco and South San Francisco, as well as the Millbrae and Tamiami station in San Jose.